Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Leigh Fuge, and in this video today we're going to be taking a look at this brand new guitar from the 2021 Gretsch lineup. This is the G2622 P90 STREAMLINER. So this guitar is a new take on the classic Gretsch double cut style. The 2622 P90, as the name suggests, is loaded with a pair of P90s. This is a really fun guitar, and it's actually fairly affordable. It clocks in at around about the £470 mark in the UK. Just want to say before we go too deep, I'm not getting paid for this video and I'm not getting to keep this guitar. This is here on loan from my friends at Gretsch, and this will be going straight back once I'm done with it. So the G2622 is obviously a double cut style guitar. It is semi-hollow and it has a center block. The center block on this is made from spruce, so it's very, very lightweight. You could easily do a long show stood up with this thing and you would not get any back complaints. So it's very, very comfortable to play. It's that classic Gretsch design with none of the weight. So framing that spruce block, we've got a laminated mahogany top. This finish is called claret burst. It's this lovely black into this really rich, deep red. That finish is also doubled on the back, which is also laminated mahogany. The guitar itself has a very familiar scale length. It's 24 3/4. That sits on this NATO neck, which again is also got the claret burst finish. It's more of the claret than the black creeping in back on the headstock. A laurel fretboard with 22 medium jumbo frets. The neck profile is pretty slim. It's very comfortable for anyone who might have some smaller hands. The profile is what Gretsch refer to as a thin U profile. Right at the top of the fretboard, we've also got a synthetic bone nut. Even though Gretsch guitars are typically seen as pretty classic, they've got all those kind of classic adornments from the 50s and 60s, this is actually sort of modern feeling because it's got a 12-inch radius fretboard, so it's very fast, very flat feeling. So if you're looking for a classic styled guitar, but you don't like the sort of more arched radiuses, this 12-inch radius will feel more at home for anyone who's used to more modern guitar styles. Electronics-wise, this is where Gretsch have taken a little bit of a detour from this shape. So we've actually got these two pickups here, which are P90s, but these are actually called Fidelisonic 90s. This is Gretsch's take on the classic P90 design. So obviously with them being P90s, they are single coils. So if you're playing this guitar with a lot of gain or through a very loud amp, you can pretty much expect some hum and hiss because that's just inherent to that style of pickup. Nothing to worry about though, it's just one of the charms of the pickup. They've obviously gone for a slightly different look with these Fidelisonics. They don't look like your typical P90 style pickups. They look kind of more like those 50s and 60s gold foil style pickups you'd see on those old sort of early Japanese guitars, which is pretty cool. It's a nice aesthetic. We've got the usual Gretsch control layout as well. So we've got this master volume here on the lower horn. This is the overall master volume for the entire guitar. So if I just turn that off, everything goes off. Down here we've got the usual 2 pickup volumes and a tone. This is actually slightly different to other Gretsch's I've played or have owned. Usually this is the tone control here, but on this guitar, that is the tone control. So that being the tone control, it's a master tone that controls the tone for both pickups. We've got the bridge pickup volume and the neck pickup volume. And we've also got this pretty cool V-style tailpiece that Gretsch refer to as their Adjustomatic bridge. This is a pretty nice variation on the classic Tune-o-matic style. Don't know if the V-shaped tailpiece brings any actual benefits to the guitar other than aesthetics, but it's pretty cool anyway. And it's actually worth noticing, these aren't dot inlays, they're actually little ovals, which is quite a nice touch as well. So spec-wise, it's definitely got a few little modern twists. I mean, Gretsch is still sticking to the classic aesthetic here. They've even gone for these really cool retro-style radio knobs, as they call them, which are pretty fun. They're a nice kind of vintage touch on the guitar, but yeah, spec-wise, it kind of feels a bit more up-to-date with the 12-inch radius and the thin neck, which is pretty cool because it will really make the guitar appeal to a whole new generation of players who might not like the feel of the vintage models. So let's plug this thing in and see what it sounds like. I am going through the Blackstar Studio 10 6L6, which you're hearing mic'd with a Lewitt Audio LCT 440 condenser mic. There's also some spring reverb from the Surfy Industries Surfy Bear Classic spring reverb tank, which is sat on top of the Blackstar. And I'm going to be using some overdrive later on in the video, but we'll start with some clean tones. So I'm just going to play a little bit on the clean tone, starting with the bridge pickup, and I'll work my way through to the middle position and then to the neck position. So the clean tones from those P90s are actually a lot warmer than I expected. I was kind of expecting a bit more top end sparkle. Obviously they are P90s and they are single coils. So these, I guess, are probably more suited to more sort of rounded guitar tones. You're probably not going to get anything super jangly unless you really crank the treble on your amp. But if you're playing jazz or blues or anything that you can use a bit more of a warm rounded sound for, these would be some pretty good sounding P90s. So now I'm going to kick on some drive. I'm using the Way Huge Penny Saver Royale. I'm only going to be using the overdrive side of this. It's a Tube Screamer-esque drive circuit. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to kick on the drive, play a little bit, move through the 3 pickup positions so you can hear what this guitar can do. With a bit of drive kicked in, the bridge pickup really comes alive, starts to bite like a good P90 should. The neck pickup, however, does retain that very fat, kind of woolly sound, which is really cool if you want those sort of super smooth bluesy runs. So let's take a look now at the range of the tone control on each pickup. So I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to play on each of the pickup positions and just roll the tone control all the way down as we go. There you go, guys. There is the brand new Gretsch G2622 P90 Streamliner. This is a really cool addition to the 2021 Gretsch catalog. Seeing this type of guitar with the P90s is a really nice twist on the classic design. I think anything can be improved with the addition of P90s, although I am a big fan of the usual Gretsch Filtertron style pickups as well. So this guitar is pretty fun. Like I said, it sits in the sort of sub £500 region. It's Indonesian made, but it's very high quality. Gretsch have always been a great brand for consistency. I shot a video last year on one of the sort of more entry level ones, which is about £200, one of the new sort of junior Jet Pro style guitars, and that was incredible as well for the money. That was like a £250 guitar, one of the coolest guitars I played last year, and it was one of the cheapest as well. So Gretsch are no strangers to putting out a great quality product for not a lot of money, and this is definitely no exception. You don't really need to worry too much about not spending a ton of money because you do get a lot of guitar for that money. Now overall, it's a fun instrument to play. There's a few things I didn't like personally, but that's mainly because this style of Gretsch has never been my favorite style. I've always leaned more on those kind of duo jet, the sort of, you know, single cut LP style ones. The main things I really don't like about this, and this is me sort of picking at things, is I've never been a big fan of this neck join, just because you can't really get up to those upper frets. Not that I play up at the 22nd fret too often, but you know, if you need to, it's handy to be able to do. And the other thing I didn't like was the pick guard. Now, not the pick guard itself, but the way that it's mounted to the guitar. It's actually very, very close to that high E string. I don't know if you can see just how close that is on the close-up cam, but when you're playing, it's really easy to catch that pick guard with your pick because it's so close to the string. Especially if you're someone like me that really kind of digs in when you play, you'll always be hitting that kind of upper edge of the pick guard. It's a minor insignificance really, but that would be one thing that I personally don't like. It has been sort of mounted around the pickup rather than the pickup ring. So maybe if that was mounted around the pickup ring, you could drop it down a bit. That would kind of resolve the issue I have with it. But again, that's a minor thing. But overall, it's a great guitar for not a lot of money. You get a lot of guitar for your money. Pickups sound great. I particularly like the bridge pickup. I love that kind of P90 bite. The neck pickup isn't my favorite that I've heard, but it's still a good pickup nonetheless. I just really like the sound of a P90 in the bridge position. That's kind of one of my favorite guitar tones. So that pickup alone is worth it for this guitar. Even if you never use the neck pickup, that bridge P90 kind of makes it worthwhile. Maybe Gretsch should do a version with just the single P90. That would be pretty cool. Just get rid of the neck P90 altogether and just have that one. That would be a very interesting guitar, I think. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys think of the brand new G2622 P90. Love to hear what you think about the tones and the look. How do you feel about Gretsch doing some slight modern twists to their classic design? It would be a really cool thing to talk about. Let me know down below. Can't wait to hear what you guys think of that. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button as well, because as you guys know, that really helps the channel. There are some links to this guitar down below in the description if you want to check it out. It's going to be out in May this year, so go and check that out as well. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I will see you very soon.